Hi, founder of Hugo Coffee Roasters and Hugo's Human. As I know you all know, but I'm not sure all of Joni's fans know, we are uh, we are in the midst of our weekly fundraiser for a specific animal rescue nationwide. And this week, our fundraiser is with the lovely Joni of K9 Freekz. Hi, Joni.
Hi, how are you?
I'm awesome. Tell everybody, especially me, more about K9 Freekz. Where are you? What's your mission? What do you do?
I'm just going to correct you just one little bit. It's Freaks, K9.
Freaks.
Yes. You
Freaks.
know what? It's okay. A lot of people get it mixed up
I
because
know there was a
for your
Z.
brain. Yeah. Nope. I get it.
I'm so sorry. K9 Freekz. Tell me all about K9 Freekz.
well,
And also, why? Why Freaks?
well, I'll tell you what. We're from Kearney, Nebraska, and the girl that is my partner is Heather Bennett, and she happened to just get a hold of me at a bar one night and asked if I wanted to start a dog rescue. We kind of saw a need for it here in the Midwest, in Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
So we got together and started it. We just passed 9 years.
Wow, good for you.
Yes. We rescue from all over, really. There's a need, so much of a need, and it's kind of getting worse, I should say.
I know.
And so we're very busy. Everybody is volunteer. We're 100% volunteer.
Are you brick and mortar or are you foster based?
We are foster based, 100%.
Okay. And where are you pulling the animals? Where are you pulling the dogs from?
They could be anywhere from a shelter from here to Texas.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes we do stuff in Arkansas, sometimes Missouri. I am licensed here in Nebraska and also in Iowa. I have fosters all across most of those two states.
Wow. How big is your foster network?
Oh my. I would say it's well over 100. Now, not all of those people are at one time fostering, but yeah, it's well over 100 at this point.
That's fantastic. And how many how many of your dogs find their forever homes through your organization annually about?
Annually, I think last year we had over 225.
Nice.
Yeah, I think we pulled into our rescue probably over 250.
Okay.
So I do have some longer term ones here. Puppies always go pretty fast.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of who sees what and what they like.
That's fantastic. Okay, so you pull from the rescues from the shelters regionally and anywhere else? Anywhere else you get your animals?
People have the option to surrender their dog to us if they find the need. They do have to go through a pretty lengthy application so that we know as much as we can about the dog.
Sure.
We also help with, like, if somebody calls and says, hey, we found a stray and the shelters are full, we try to help with those. There are some vet clinics. Nebraska has a lot of rural towns.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those vet clinics pair as a, hey, let's hold the dog for a few days. If that dog isn't claimed, they might possibly call us. And so we will try to help either foster or place the dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and we do anything from hard medical cases to litters of pups with a mom that were abandoned. To pretty much anything, you name it, we've taken them all. And we're an all breed rescue. We don't discriminate. We take anything.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I was going to ask if you had any breed specificity, but you don't.
I do not, and we are dog only. That's what our license is through the state of Nebraska. So I can only do dogs.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion on whether foster is the way to go versus brick and mortar, places with the. Now I always say cages, but it's not cages. You know what I'm talking about?
No, they're not. So I do have an opinion, and it can work both ways. I do happen to work with some very fabulous shelters. The people there are amazing, and they treat the dogs extremely well. Some of them have a network that allows the dog to go out a little bit with some other homes just to kind of get it a better feel, I should say, of how the dog would be in a setting like that.
Right.
Personally, it's far more expensive to have a brick and mortar.
I know. I used to run an animal rescue, and we had a brick and mortar. We also had a ranch where that's where the animals would be transported to the brick and mortar adoption center during the day, and then they would go back to the ranch at night.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really great. But I don't think at the time that I ran the rescue, I really understood the positive benefits of the foster-based system, even though it's logistically much more difficult to manage with hundreds of animals coming in and out when it's all foster-based. But the amount of attention and really understanding the animal once the animal finds its forever home, like that foster can really explain to the potential adopter the temperament and nature of the animal.
Very much so. Yeah, very much so. So with that being said, yes, it is harder for me to always take in dogs then, because I have to find a foster home first.
Right.
And I have to make sure that that is a good fit. Right. Of course, some people tend to want the older ones. Some people want just a certain breed. It depends. And I try to match fosters as best as we can with the dog that we have coming in. But yeah, that is I think it's a more intimate setting, because it's more like what they're going to have in real life.
And I feel, and correct me if I'm wrong, if a dog is in a foster for, let's say a couple weeks.
Okay.
A couple weeks to a month. The foster deals more with the trauma of the dog going from a shelter to a home, and helps the dog get past that trauma when they get adopted.
That is actually correct. It takes up to 3 weeks for them to kind of get their bearings.
Right.
It can take up to 3 months. Some are longer. It just depends on the trauma that they had before prior to coming to us.
Right.
And some of them were only in a shelter for a day or two, and they had seen maybe a behavioral issue, or whatever the reason was. There's several that could happen. So, sometimes my fosters have it pretty easy, and sometimes it's not as easy of a project.
Right.
Try to help the animal. Yeah.
Because I learned this when I was running the organization. There was an animal that was in the rescue for just really way too long, and so depressed, and I used to hang out with him, and one day I just I'm going to foster him, and I took him home, and he was nothing like the dog in the rescue in 4 days. He was a completely different animal. Also, he also needed to have some teeth pulled. So once you had the teeth pulled and the pain was ended.
Oh yeah, he felt better. Yeah.
And he suddenly became this amazing, I thought he was lovely, but then he became this amazing animal full of vim and vigor, which I was he had no vim and vigor before. And then I found him at his forever home. But that was my personal experience with the transformation of fostering, what you can see in such a short period of time, particularly with an animal who has been in a rescue or a shelter situation, which is super stressful for a while.
Well, and it can be, and that's exactly right. Our longest dog is coming up on 3 years that's been in our rescue. I know. Here's the deal, though. He is very loved. He may end up staying there. There's some other factors going on with this dog, but he is absolutely loved to pieces. He's fine. He's just been in our rescue a while. We do have a few more, not quite that long, but we do have some that are longer residents.
Yeah.
Again, they're in a home. We pay for everything.
Right.
As long as they're being loved and exercised and they get their toys. And, some of them have playmates because they get along with other dogs or a cat, kids, you name it. Mm-hmm. They're fine. And I really think that it's a better setting for the dog, because then when you go when it finally does get adopted, it's set up pretty well. And we know the mannerisms and everything about that dog to set it up for success.
Exactly. Do you happen to watch the TikToks of the dogs when they have been in a rescue situation for a really long time, and then the staff does this big parade, they do all this hoopla when the dog who's been there forever finally finds its forever home?
I have seen some. They're pretty cool.
It just melts my heart every damn time. So now let's talk about the fundraiser. So what I didn't mention earlier, sorry, but the way the fundraiser works is it started on Monday morning and it goes through Sunday at midnight, and we donate $2.50 for every item sold on the website during the course of the fundraiser to K9 Freekz, and we write the check on Monday morning. And we have Lots of, well, first of all, the coffee's fantastic. This is not just a company with a mission. It's a
No, I
company
can
with a
attest.
mission
I
and a
can
great
attest.
coffee.
It's delicious.
Yes, it's delish coffee. We have all kinds of things for people to buy should they not drink coffee. We have fantastic mugs. We have swag. So anyway, anything you buy, $2.50 goes towards K9 Freekz. And that's it's until Sunday at midnight. So we have 2.5 more days. Now, I didn't ask, I'll ask you this, but then I'm gonna come back to K9 Freekz again. Why Freekz? Where'd that name come from?
Well, again, Heather and I were out, and all we talked about was dogs and getting. There was
Yeah.
a couple of months there where we were getting.
Oh, so you're the Freekz. You and Heather are the K9 Freekz.
So we ended up keeping the name, and we just put a twist on the way we spell it, because that way you don't forget it.
Okay. I didn't
So
put that
it all came together like that. It was actually kind of funny, but that is exactly how it happened. We are the K9 Freekz.
That's so funny. I didn't put that together when we were chatting 10 minutes ago. Okay, so now, Joni, say we just do a great job and we raise like $300 to $500 for K9 Freekz, and I write you that check on Monday morning. Now, what kind of impact would that have on your organization?
It has a huge impact. Number one, just pairing up with anybody and getting our name out there and exposure, and then networking with the wonderful companies such as yours. We love to do stuff like that. It's life. It's what it's all about. You get to meet awesome people. You get to see some cool things. You guys offer amazing stuff. As far as the impact it's going to have, our vetting needs and the alone, it will, depending on the amount, but
Right.
what we're expecting to do is probably going to vet one dog fully, and that means spay or neuter. All the vaccinations. It does get microchipped.
Yep.
And so that will take care of one dog for sure, and that is a huge big deal.
That's awesome.
We run solely on fundraising. So
sure. And I wanted to mention, we are about to launch shortly an affiliate program for all of our partners, so that going forward, you will send you a URL, a shortened URL, and then whoever your supporters, whenever they use that URL to buy coffee in the future, you'll still get the $2. You'll get the $2.50 per item into infinity and beyond.
That is awesome.
I know.
I had seen that little blurb on your website when I had gone on there to look at the stuff I was going to get. And I kind of wondered. So I'm glad you explained that. And I'm glad that you explained that for everybody else to see as well.
Yes, it's just an idea we had, and I'm like, because I've been struggling with how to scale my impact, right? How, because I'm limited to 52 weeks a year. So that's 52 organizations, but I might want to do 52 organizations times 10, 100, whatever, over time. And we could do so with the affiliate program with the rescue partners of ours.
Yeah, that is so fantastic. I just love your shop. I love your mission. I love that you were in rescue before. So hence why this all came about. I think it's awesome. And if I ever make it out to Utah, I'm paying you a visit.
Oh, you bet your butt. And if I ever go out to Nebraska, I'll be paying you one too.
That'd be great. Yes, that would be wonderful.
Fantastic. All right. Now, Joni, your charge, should you accept it, is to get the word out for the next 2 days to your fan base, and we will do the same, about the fundraiser and how awesome the coffee is. Don't forget that. And let's sell, so people buy, so I can write you a big old check on Monday morning.
Cheers to that. See, here it is. I didn't bring my cool coffee mug today, so this is what I'm doing. This is what we're doing,
We're going to have to send you a coffee mug, man. That's all there is to it.
I have a lot. They just all went home to get washed, and apparently I didn't bring one back today. But
I know. I'm going to have to send you a Hugo mug. But
right?
Yeah, 100%. Huh?
Well, and I do also want to thank you. We always have a huge fundraiser online that we've been doing. We got some swag from you guys, and I got outbid, but it was pretty cool. So I will say this: the swag is awesome, guys. I mean, what cooler thing than to have a big, beautiful dog, and it says Hugo
I know.
coffee on it. So I thought it was pretty cool.
It says drink coffee, save dogs.
That's right. Drink coffee, save dogs. Is that on the front or the back?
It's on the front, and
On
on
the
the
front.
bottom is coffee with a pause.
Oh, there you go. I love it.
And then on the front, there's a paw print on the handle for where you put your thumb. It's adorable. They're just adorable.
Sweet.
I know. All right, now Joni, let's get the word out. Let's sell, and then we're gonna when we launch the affiliate program, you'll be hearing from us because we want you to be an affiliate.
Oh, totally. And I can promise you, you're going to get repeat customers because it's pretty darn good stuff.
Thank you. What did you drink, by the way? Are you dark, medium, or light?
It's the dark purple bag.
Oh, yeah, that's what I drink.
Like it dark. Yeah, I like it that way. So that one's fantastic.
Every morning, my pot of French press. That's my bona fide. It's
there you
fantastic. All right, now Joni, you have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you on Monday. And we can't wait to see what we do.
I am very thankful for you. You do the same, Claudia.
Okay, you take care.
You too.
Bye.